comedian, why not? Just a regular actor, why not? Sketch troops, SCTV, Saturday Night Live kind of thing.
Oh, I did used to do improv for a while, and for me, I'd always wanted to try stand-up first, and I wanted to take classes, wasn't able to get into classes, so I went into improv and I actually really enjoyed that. And then I got into a stand-up class, and we had just a really great group of people, and I did really well at our show, and then it just so happened that that group of friends really stuck together, and we kept going to the open mics, and it continued from there. So it was a little bit of happenstance, but I think I was just more drawn to the stand-up, and I really liked the independent performing aspect of it. Past that.
So then, do you write out, like, if you're going to write out, let's say a joke that you've been brewing in your head, do you write it out word for word, or do you kind of note take? And
no,
then
word for word.
Kind of almost like it's like a script. And then
it is a script.
And then memorize that script and then perform it?
Yes.
And then
then
you have the flexibility to...
And then you edit as well. Like I have jokes from my first set that I'm still editing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And you might edit a joke for 10 years, depending on how long it is. And sometimes you'll get a good premise for a joke. Like you'll get, the joke will be good. But so then the question is, how can you add to it and make more of it and add tags and that kind of thing. And so the joke can develop over time. And sometimes you want different intros, or you write other jokes that you go around it, and so you have sort of a lead-in for it. You might change that a little bit, or the whole physical performance is part of the joke. So you think about a regular basis, it's really hard to write a joke on stage, like for stage. And it's hard to learn how to write the joke in the first place. You have to learn how to write the jokes. And hopefully they're funny. And there's always a period at the start where not so much. No. But everyone knows that. Like all the other comics know that, so no one's going to judge you if you're just not funny, right?
No, yeah. So if a comedian came up to you, or a would-be comedian, just starting out, what would you tell them is the hardest part of being a comedian? What to watch for? What to expect the number one challenge to be?
Being funny. Just being funny on stage is, that's the first hurdle to get over. Because it's different when you're on stage and it's people who don't know you, and you gotta be funny the first 10 seconds versus you're having a conversation and you can be funny in context or, whatever. And, or the person knows you, or you can call back to something that happened 10 years ago, that kind of thing. Obviously.
So let's get to your book then.
Ooh, okay. Yes. Look, it's pretty.
How to start in stand-up comedy: A Guide to Becoming a Comedian in Toronto, by Chris MacLean. First, why write this book?
Why write it? For me, it was hard to actually get started. I had no idea how to start. I come from a very conservative, business-oriented family. No one in my family's done anything like this before. No one's done anything in the arts, or certainly not stand-up, and not a book, and whatever. And I figured, well, if I had that problem, probably a lot of other people have that problem. Or they might be curious about how one gets started, or what it's like to be a comedian, that kind of thing. And when I first started doing stand-up, I got talked into, you have to have a website and, all this kind of stuff. And I think we put it up there, like, I did push it, and then it was well received. And I got great support from the comedy community, which was super duper fantastic. And yes, it has won 2 worldwide awards. It won the gold medal for humor.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Next Generation Indie Book Awards. And silver medal Best Design Nonfiction, which I think is the cover. And then I did do very well on the layout, and I did worksheets and stuff, and I put tables, and I formatted those myself.
Oh, wow.
Look how pretty my book is, though.
Yeah, it's a very good book. How to Start Up in Stand-Up Comedy: A Guide to Becoming a Comedian in Toronto by Chris MacLean. We thank Chris MacLean, former co-host of the Comedy Cabaret, for coming on to our show and being the first comedian on this program, delving into what it's been like for her as a comedian for the past few years. Tune in again next time for a different comedian, and thanks for watching.